So I hired a woman to work in our office, and she was fantastic. And she came to me and she says, I love Appleby. I want to stay here a long time, but you know what I'm really good at? Marketing. And I said, marketing? She goes, yeah, I'll go out and knock doors and try to get commercial work for you. So I created a position. Am I getting loud? Okay, I created a position for her, and it worked out really good. So people can evolve into other positions too, and that's not bad, all right? So know what you're trying to do there. Be certain what you can give. So be honest with your potential employee, all right? What's the position? What's the compensation? What are the benefits? Are you going to give them medical? Give them medical, man, because that'll save you on your work comp, right? The weekend warrior comes in, oh, I stepped out of the van and broke my ankle. Well, that happened, playing rugby, really. So think about medical. Are you going to be able to guarantee them 40 hours a week? Or is it going to be seasonal? Is there an opportunity for advancement? Maybe there isn't. But be honest with them. Education, training, what are you going to give that guy? What kind of tools are you going to give him to use? And give him a clear path, or her, a clear path of where they're going, what they're going to be doing, and how they're going to get there and do that. Because if you don't do that, your employee's going to see right through you. And I'll tell you what, I put this in bold, if you can't fall through, they will see right through your bullshit and leave you with something worse. I wrote that down. They'll find out, man. Don't try to fool employees, because it'll haunt you. They'll come back right in your face and say, you said this. You gave me this information, right? It's not going to work. It's got to be a two-way street. It's got to be a relationship that you can be transparent and they can understand where you're coming from. All right, so you decide to hire. Let's address some numerous things about hiring, the systems that you've got to put in place, all right? So we don't have anybody, I'm an owner-operator, I don't have any employees. Where am I going to start? What am I going to do? All right, so I wrote down some things. All right. Hey, before I do that, all right, so these are some, you guys don't know much about me. So I got a business in San Francisco Bay Area, and we operate trucks that clean soft surface and trucks that clean hard surface, 2 divisions. And then I have a rug cleaning plant, and I've been doing that for about 35 years. My dad was an owner-operator. He really wasn't big on carpet cleaning. He became an attorney. I got out of school. There was a portable and a 6940 Conline, and I got started in 1980 and started cleaning carpet and just kind of evolved. Okay, I never worked for any corporation or big company, so a lot of things I'm telling you didn't come from big companies. But so these are the questions that I got asked over the weekend that I thought I'd answer. I'm sorry I'm going off on this tangent, but that's just how I operate. Okay, so these are the things that people have asked me. All right, how many truck mounts do you have? I have 9 truck mounts, 6 CDSs, 2 1200s, and a 570, and I like them all. I would say, well, which one do you like? I like them all. And we have some guys, we have some rotaries, and our guys don't use them. And we charge 50 cents per square foot if we're moving furniture and 40 cents if we don't. How much do you charge for a Scotch guard? 20 cents a square foot. How much do you charge for a sofa? 175 to 210. Do you end cap? Yes, we end cap commercial carpets. And we use glides. How do you pay your crew chiefs? Hourly plus commission, between $11 and $13 an hour and 10% commission. What's your average on-location job? We're about 400, but we're in the Bay Area, so it's different for us. What's your scheduling program that you use? We use Mistral. 80% of my business is commercial, or residential. 20% is commercial. Our hard surface cleans hardwood, stone, tile, grout. We don't do any water damage. I used to. I don't do it anymore. Yes, I have an area rug plant. What plant? What kind of ringer do you have? It's a Katz's from Greece. 80% of our work is repeat, 20% is direct mail, Yelp, AdWords, my sign on the freeway, vans, website, flooring stores, designers, and my mother. She's very good. We do about $3 million a year, and the number one question is, what pre-spray do you use? And it's Johnson juice. Okay, so now you know everything about me. You don't have to ask any of those questions. All right? All right, there it is. I'm an open book. All right, so what do you have to have before you hire? First of all, definitely hook yourself up with an HR professional. You think you don't need it? You do need it. No one in this room is too small to get sued. Trust me. Get an HR professional to help you out. All right? Things are a lot different these days than they used to be, especially in California. And listen to them and follow the rules. Find a payroll company. Don't do the payroll yourself. All right? With all the mistakes you're going to make, it's going to pay for the payroll company with the penalty and fines you're going to incur. All right? Make sure you get a work comp insurance. Get work comp insurance. You want to get sued? Don't have work comp insurance. All right? Also, your website should reflect what your work comp is insuring you for. Don't think they don't get online and go, oh, this guy's doing water damage. He told us he's just a carpet cleaner. All right? They do the research. They're not stupid. Make sure you know what an I-9 is and a W-4. You can download them on the internet. It's free. Get a handbook. You don't have to spend any time making a handbook. There's lots of handbooks out there. Make sure it has an at-will clause. Everybody know? Some of us know what an at-will clause is. At-will means I can get rid of you anytime I want for any reason. That should be on the last page with the signature underneath. At-will clause, very important. You should be able to get all this HR material from the payroll company that you hire, or your work comp. They give all this stuff to you free. It's a ton of stuff online. Okay, figure out how you're going to pay these people. What kind of benefits are you going to give them? One of the things that I have is a medical termination. How long are you going to give them medical after they leave you? A month? Because that comes up, man. All right? You might get a call from an attorney later and says, hey, well, how come my guy doesn't have medical? Well, I got rid of him. Well, you got to give them a reasonable amount of time of medical after they're gone. What's your policy? Do you have that policy? My policy is at the end of the month when I terminate them. And I got a signature for that. I'll pass that around. PTO, I don't call it sick day. How many days off are you going to give them? These are things employees want to know. All right? This isn't a paper route. All right? They want to know what's going on. You want real employees? Act like a real employer. Holidays. You going to give them holidays? You're not going to give them holidays. Is it going to be at your discretion? No. That's not what they want. Put it all in writing. Are you hiring women? Are you hiring people maybe of a different flavor? All right? What I mean by maybe a protected class? Do you think you may want to get EPLI insurance? All right? Employer practices, what is it, Brian? Employer. Okay, it's liability. Employment practice liability insurance. I have it. Okay? So if I'm goosing the secretary or something and she sues me, I'm protected. Okay? That's important. Don't do that. So what do I pay for that? I pay $3,800 a year for that with a $3,500 deductible. Covers $250,000 a year. May not need that, but look, if you're going to hire women or that, so you never know. Something can come up. So I'm all about protecting what I already have. I don't want to lose money. You know, you get to this point where you're like, it's all about making money, then you get to the point it's all about protecting your money. All right? So it's your company. New employees want to know how, what, where, and when. Got a uniform policy? Better have a uniform policy. How are they going to look? Have it written down. Okay? Page 1. I have them all written down here. Here's our uniform policy. Company shirts, khaki pants, tattoos must be covered, sneakers, no deck shoes, no boots, laces laced up. See, these are all things that have come up through the years that I'm giving you that are going to happen eventually. You think it's silly that I say you got to lace up your shoes. Eventually, you're going to have an employee who's going to come in, he's not going to lace his shoes. It's going to happen. Got to wear a belt. I don't want guys sagging. All right? Wear a phone. You get to wear a wedding ring and a watch. I don't need dangly earrings or face jewelry. All right? That's out. You better shave every day. And if you're going to have a beard, conservatively trimmed. Clean. Shower. Use deodorant. Keep your hair neat. Keep your fingernails clean. Caps are permitted only if company issued. Okay, there's 11 things here. I can guarantee you every one of those things have happened in my company, and I had to write this down and add on to it. So I'm going to do you the favor. Sir, pass that around. I don't have anything that you can take pictures. Okay, take pictures of everything I give you, all right? Because I don't have any handouts or anything. All right. There, so let's take pictures. All right. How to ask for time off. Right here. Oh, no. This is, what is this one for? This is in my, okay, so this one is clocking in and out. Absent, calling in late. Okay? How do you got any employees? How do you guys call in sick? What do they do?
They don't.
Okay, that's good.
They better be dead.
That's right.
When do they call you? You got a policy?
Yeah.
They call you a half hour before start time? They better call me a half hour before start time, or else they get written up. I don't want anybody calling me. They better, as soon as you know you can't come in, or no later than a half hour before start time. I'm not scrambling around. All right. This says you got to be in your uniform when you clock in. It's going to say you got to be ready. It says how you call in if you're not going to make it in on time. Okay. Take a picture of that. That's a good one. Also, if they call in sick, how do you know they're coming in the next day? They have to call in again.
Or else they quit their job without notice.
Or else they quit their job without notice. Man, you're a hard ass. Good. I like that. All right, very good. I'm not that tough, but that's good. Ours is you got to call in by 4:30 that day, so you can tell us what your status is for the next day. If they're not sure, then I need to know that night. All right, get it down in writing. All right, let's handle it now before you hire this employee. Okay, another one is how you gonna pay him? Have you figured that out yet? Is it going to be hourly? Is it going to be commission? Is it going to be commission plus hourly? How many people pay commission plus hourly? Okay. How many people just pay straight commission? How many people pay overtime for commission? How many people don't pay overtime when they're on commission? You better talk to me. Because if you're not paying overtime on commission, you're going to get sued. Okay? I'm getting sued for that. Yes, I am. Didn't know that. Right? I got sued by 2 employees in 35 years. I'm fighting a lawsuit right now all revolves around not paying overtime on commission. And that's a federal law.
I thought that was only applied to salary.
Nope. No, sir. You gotta look into that. There's something about that. We'll talk about that later. But believe me, I have done a lot of research on that one. Okay? So make sure that right there, that's a good one. Okay? I get all kinds of tidbits of these things, and I'll tell you, I could save money. I found out all kinds of things here. This is a great place to be. Another thing I have is, you know what? You need to take a baseball card. All right? You need that. There's what they call predatory attorneys out there, all right? And with predatory attorneys, they'll find your disgruntled employees and interview them and find ways for you to get sued. Okay? Another one is lunch breaks. All right? What's your policy for lunch breaks? What's your policy for breaks? Okay? Anybody not have their employees sign in and out for lunch? I'm getting sued for that right now. Okay? One guy. If they are not signing in and out for lunch, you're screwed. Okay? Federal law. So I've got a great sheet for that.
How are you handling that if they're on the road?
All right, good question. I'll cover that. Getting out of my here. Let me see here. This is the one. Well, I had miles to go. Let me get back in line. I'll get right back to that, answer that question. How asking for a day off? Okay? If you got 10 employees or one employee, and guy says, hey, Joe, I need to get this date off. All right? It's a month from now, but I need that day off. And then he doesn't show up for work that day, and you go, why isn't Bob here? You start texting him, Bob, you're an idiot, man. Where are you? Why didn't you come to work? You screwed me over. Man, I'm pissed. All this thing. You're like doing everything you shouldn't be doing, right? So if Bob would have filled one of these out, all right, he has a record that he asked for that day off, okay, because he had a dental appointment, and it's in his file, and it's in his schedule, and he's protected. He says, look, Joe, it's right here. I gave this to you. You signed it. I signed it. Okay? Have that. I don't care if you have one employee or 20. It's important. I'm giving this to you because I've had problems with that. You may have not had problems yet. But if you're going to be around for 35 years, you're going to have problems like this. Okay? Here's 35 years of information right here. All right, there you go. You can take a picture of that. Next one is, anybody in this room able to dump water right on the street in your state? No. Okay, in my state, they'll execute you for that. Okay? This says that they can't do that. And they know they can't do that, and they're signing off that they can't do that. Now, there's a term called interim, which means it's not enforceable, but it scares people. All right, I'm trying to scare my employee into feeling like they're responsible of the fine if they don't. I can't enforce that, but I do it. Remember I said I do things that maybe are a little shady? Okay, here's one. So, take a picture of that. All right, here's another one. Medical insurance. For employees on medical leave, your medical insurance will terminate on the last day of the third month you're out. That's if they're on leave. Medical insurance will terminate on the last day of the month if your employment ends. Okay? I had to pay a guy 3 months medical after I let him go because his attorney told me about that. He said, you don't have a written policy? You better have a written policy. It says a reasonable amount of time. I don't know if that's California everywhere, right? But why not nip it in the butt now? Okay? It's for medical insurance. Remember? Obamacare, you guys might have to have a medical. Okay? Talk about that later. Anybody spraying solvents? Anybody using Cobb's? What's it called?
Ultra
Stuff
Seal.
I use Ultra Seal, whatever. Okay. Anybody spraying anything with anything other than water in it? It is required that you use a respirator when using dry spotters or when using quat, Scotch guard, upholstery protector, or any other oversprays. This is our company policy. Is your respirator, if your respirators need repair or replacement, please let me know immediately. No one is too small to get sued. I don't care if you're one guy alone out there or 20, all right? The reason I need this, there's no, take picture. You were the guy asking about the lunches, okay? I put this in January 2015, okay, right after I got served by this guy. Okay, I keep talking about getting sued. It's not that bad if you have these things in place. I don't mean to scare anybody, but what I want to do is make sure you're protected, all right? Like I said, we're 35 years without a problem. Now I got one problem. So, this is my new lunch log sheet, okay? And it's got every day, it says date, lunch out, lunch in. Okay? It's also got, it says in California, but it's not in California. I believe it's a federal law that you have to have a lunch after, 5-6 hours and a break after so long. It's right here. And then they sign it, and I pay every 2 weeks, and then they have to write their lunches in and out. I don't care. I told them, I said, when do you take your lunch? Right here. This is the law. Write it in. If you don't write it in that you took a lunch, I'm writing you up. It is mandatory. So what do my guys do? For some reason, everybody in my company takes a lunch at 12 and they're done at 12:30 on the minute. All right? I got guys who are like Xeroxing them, you know? They just like, I don't care, as long as they sign it. You know, it's just stupid, but that's what the government wants from us, okay? This and how you pay your employee, breaks, meals, commissions, is the one thing that EPLI insurance will not cover you for. You know why? Because they get sued for it so much that they can't cover it anymore. So that means we're a target. Big target. Okay, that's a good one.
Joe,
Yes,
how
sir.
does California allow payment every 2 weeks accumulated? Because New York State says no.
I don't know. I can tell you California, I just pay a week behind, and I pay every 2 weeks.
Yeah, we were
And
told-
I've been told that's okay.
And, well, it might go from state to state. New York
Yeah.
State told us, no, you can't do 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
over 2 days beyond whatever.
Yeah.
You gotta pay within 10 days of the.
Right, I don't know. But that's where your HR guy comes in.
Yeah, you have to check.
That's
the
where your
state law.
HR guy is. And don't deviate from what the HR guy tells you. Okay? Let's see what else here. Job description. Okay, your job description. Don't be precise on a job description. The last thing you want is an employer to come back and says, well, it didn't say I had to wind up the hoses. It just said put your hoses away. You know, that kind of thing. Don't be precise. What I put in my job description is provide excellent customer care. Pretty general, huh? Another thing is, I don't know if this is in every state, but in my state we have to have 2 different file cabinets. Okay, it could be anything, 2 different boxes. If you have social security numbers and medical information, it needs to be in a container that only you could get to, and then all their other stuff can go in another one, because you don't want any employees to be able to get to their social security numbers and their medical information. All right? It's another one. So what we're trying to do is protect ourselves from these crazy attorneys who want to sue us, all right? So if you can't show that, you can get sued for that one too. All right, tools, working equipment. Last thing I want to do is come to work for somebody who has crappy equipment, or equipment that I can't use. You want to take the wind out of someone's sails, give them a junky piece of equipment to work with. Make sure that you give somebody tools that you need to use. Right, Ron? Is Ron here, the guy from Sapphire? Okay, legends. So make sure you got good stuff, at least stuff that's working. Give them protective gloves. Give them a respirator. Do they have GPS in their phones? most of us do. I used to provide a GPS, one of those Garmin's. Are they able to text? Make sure these guys have phones. I like to have a safe, little safe, that when these guys come back with cash, right? Could be one guy, that he has a place to securely put the cash. Who gets cash anymore, right? I don't get any cash. Those days are over. So, but when you do get cash, checks, all right, you can get these little safes that when they put it in there, it's out of their hands, out of their it's not their responsibility anymore, all right? You want to protect, they want to feel good about you, so you don't want to accuse them, hey, where'd the cash go? I put it in the box. If you put it in the box, where is it? I got the key, so that's important. Get one of those squares for them. That's killer. That'll save you money. Right? You know what I mean by the square? The slider for your credit cards?
Swiper.
Swiper. Doesn't have to be a square, it could be something else. They also have ATM cards where they can deposit the check directly in your account. If you want to do something like that with them, get that stuff in place. Make sure they have a gas card, or you have an arrangement with the gas station. I like to have an arrangement with one gas station, and that arrangement also is they can't buy sodas and chips and things like that. Now, you might want to write something out about that, okay? And these are things that may not happen. You may not think, oh, that'll never happen. It'll eventually happen. Eventually happen. You get your credit card back, your bill back, and there's all this crap on there that why's my gas bill so high? Well, you're feeding them every day. Do you have an arrangement with the Jiffy Lube or one of these oil changing places? All right? Get that in order. Number 7. Okay, here's a good one. What happens if your guy gets in an accident? What's the procedure? He's going to rear end somebody eventually. Okay? What's the protocol? What are you going to do? All right? Never admit guilt. All right? That's what I have in mind. How many times I've had guys go, oh yeah, it was absolutely my fault. I'm so sorry. My boss will pay for everything. Or someone hits our van and the guy gives, I got his phone number, Joe. This is his phone number. You say, just call him. Okay, yeah. So you know how that ends, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, here's the accident report form. Take pictures of it. It'll say, what to do in an accident, how to handle it, everything to fill out, right? He's in your asset, man. You want to protect it. There you go. MSDS sheets. Do you have a binder form in the truck? Right? I call it a zip pack. I don't know what you guys call it. It's like one of those things that you could put paperwork in, right? Does he have one of those? You could write order, what do you call it? No, like one of those plastic things you could write.
Peachy folder.
The peachy folder, yeah. Dated you. Yeah, something like that. That he can keep a pen and his cards. I gave him his first tape measure too. He gets the first tape measure. After that, you're on your own, dude. You better get your own tape measures. And then there's things that we have, like a maintenance sheet for the van, what he's supposed to do. Do you have guys, does your guy know how to take care of the van, that sort of thing? Are you going to have him change the oil in your slide-in? How's that going to work? Get that stuff in order, all right? Don't fly by the seat of the pants once he's there, because he's going to sense, wow, this isn't a real job. This is kind of weird. All right, have that stuff together. Okay. Oh, anything important I post in the bathroom. All right. I have a shop, so if I really want guys to read something, I put it in the bathroom, and everybody seems to read it. Okay, so that's my little hint for you. It's your company, and employees want to know how, what, where, and when. All right, in my bathroom is a little note from myself that I plagiarized. I put my name on it. A note from Mark and Joe. Mark's my guy, other guy. And it's how we act and how we don't act. And what it basically talks about is triangulation. All right? If you've got a problem with a coworker, all right, don't talk to another coworker. All right? That's junior high stuff. All right? Unacceptable things, theft, engaging in criminal contact, being a slug, harassment, letting the team down. Just something I thought, this isn't any legal jargon, but I think it's a good little note to put up that people need to read and say, hey, we don't want to gossip about people, all right? I nip that stuff in the butt. I don't like that, all right? Because if I do it, they'll do it. All right. Okay, so if you're hiring, you're under the gun. I hired 2 people, all right? Because one of them, maybe both of them is not going to work out, but if you got to hire quick, hire 2 people. You can always let one go after a day or 2. Not a good fit, sorry. I'm going to keep Bob. Okay, so I'll hire 2. What's the profile of ideal employee? Okay, here's my profile of an ideal employee. Doesn't live with his parents. I don't need a guy who lives with his parents, right? You like that one? Okay, good. All right, so if you live with your parents, you could always just go, this is too hard. All right, I don't have a mortgage, so I'm just going to go home. All right, someone who lives close. I don't want guys driving from Jersey to wherever, Queens, right? I want someone who looks active and is physically capable, someone who is fit. All right? I've had too many guys that just can't seem to cut it because obviously they don't do anything physical. I want a guy who owns his car. I want a guy who borrows his girlfriend's car to get to work. All right? I don't want transportation to be my issue. Their transportation to be my issue. It's their problem. You get to work every day. Be responsible. Have a car. All right. I want one that hopefully we know. Maybe one of our people. You want to know if one of your coworkers knows that's important. All right. Everybody knows that. All right. Here's one that they probably wouldn't have hired me. All right. So I made a bad employee, but involved in their church or community. All right. That's a good thing, right? I'd hire Tom in a minute. He's an upstanding citizen, right? I may not be, but he is. So I would want him as my employee. There you go. Okay. You're going to have to change your political party. All right. I want healthy hobbies. I don't want gamblers, partiers, or weekend warriors. I want healthy hobbies. All right? Get the profile that you're looking for. Whether it's a man or a woman,